Okay, let's get into this one right here. Joker hate. Joker hate. They say I hate Joker. They say a lot of us NBA fans who are out here kicking knowledge, kicking facts, and aren't infatuated with stats are Joker haters. We'll also talk about how Unclutch Sports, the Men in Black, paid Stephen Curry a visit to pull off a fake injury because Curry is not allowed to win ring number 5, especially if LeBron James does not have ring number 5. So again, the Clutch police paid Curry a visit and told him, if you even attempt or come close to getting ring number 5, we are going to put something out to ruin your marriage, your career, and your legacy. You better come up limp in this next game, or we're going to be all over you, boy. So to me, that's pretty much what happened. We can talk about that in a minute. I try to talk to myself like they're grown men, like they don't live in a fantasy world, like they don't live in a TV world, because that's how a lot of people want to be talked to like that. You know, it's really no big thing. But if you want to live in reality, you come talk to me. Now, this is what I'm going to say about this whole Joker thing. And what maybe make this video, however you want to say it, the reason why I made this video is because I seen Johnny Arnett and I seen Scap group up and make a video. Now, I didn't watch the video. I seen it on the feed. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, ain't nothing wrong with it, but we know both of them are fake cowards. One of them does clutch work, Johnny Arnett. We're still waiting for the video of LeBron James, his turnovers. What did he say? Was he going to do turnovers or rebounds? Inflated something. He said he was going to do on LeBron James. But we have not seen it. Last time we heard from Johnny Arnett about that, he was on somebody's show. I forget. I want to say he was on, I don't know what show he was on or what channel he was on. But the last excuse I heard Johnny make about that situation was he was busy. He's been so busy. He's just been so busy. But it's coming up. I would say that was, I want to say it was about 2-3 months ago. But we know he made the Michael Jordan inflated, Defensive Player of the Year stats last year. And I want to say, was it the middle of last year or something like that? So, it had to be the beginning. Because didn't we go through a whole year? I would have to go back and look at that video. I could have sworn we went through a whole damn year of him not making that LeBron James inflated stats video. Nevertheless, a Clutch Sports client, and it's funny to me how both of these guys can love Kobe Bryant, Scap, and then Johnny Arnett. And Johnny Arnett does Clutch Sports. He does Clutch Sports work. And I'm not trying to say Scap does, but it's just funny to me. The other day when he made that video, all the smoke he gave LeBron James. And then had the nerve, in the video we talk about Greek Freak and Joker grouping up and building a super team basically because other guys did it in the NBA. Right? So he goes on to say, it wasn't right what LeBron James did, but when he was in Cleveland the first time, they didn't give him no help. I said, what? How do you get the #1 overall seed 2 years in a row with no help? What? He didn't even have the #1 seed 2 years in a row in Cleveland when he had that super team, or Miami when he had the super team. So how did he? And this is what I'm saying, guys. I can't take a lot of these guys serious. These guys will sell their soul for money. And don't get me wrong. Just because somebody has a whole bunch of subs, that don't mean they're real people. That don't mean they're real people. They're bots. So, see, I try to talk to myself like a real person. This is not a character. You know, these guys will come on their channel and they will act like a character. This is real life. This is real life, homie. This ain't no script. This ain't no character. None of this. This is real life. You ain't never came on my channel and I sounded like I'm reading off a script or sounded like a character. Never. And you got these people, and like I said, I didn't watch the video, but we already know that Johnny Arnett, he loves him some Joker. And we already know that Scap loves him some Joker even more, right? Like they literally go out on dates or hang out and, you know, because I don't, there's no manly energy coming off of Scap. I'm just saying, man, there's no manly energy coming off that guy at all. Say what you want. And, you know, if you want to be his Death Fest, I'm not against it. That's I'm just saying, there's no manly energy coming off that guy. Yeah, he could talk a whole bunch of trash and try to talk manly. See, trying to talk manly and trying to be manly and present yourself as manly is two different things. Two different things. So why am I making this video? And I even seen Uncut. No, I don't have any problem with Uncut. But to me, I think this whole thing is starting to get racial. This whole thing is starting to get racial with this MVP. And maybe it was last year. Maybe it was last year with Embiid and Joker. You can't lie about that. Did he deserve it last year? Yes, I even said he deserved it. No problem. No problem. He don't deserve it this year. SGA has won back-to-back Western Conference titles. Joker has only won the Western Conference title one damn time when he has won an MVP. He just beat a 50-win team for the first time this season. And that was James Harden and limp body Kawhi, fourth, I wouldn't even know how to say it. Fourth quarter limp body Kawhi Leonard. This is who you beat. This is who you beat. This is what you got. This is who you beat. I'm supposed to be impressed by this. Never, this was the only time you beat a 50-win team in the playoffs. 50 wins on the dot. Never beat a 60-win team. Never beat a 50-win team in the finals. I mean, what are we really talking about here? So again, let me try to rewind this real quick because I try to give you guys, you know, kind of the baseline before I go in here and some background. And I have no problem with Joker. Again, this is what I'm going to say because you guys, you Joker fans, which I'm a Joker fan. I'm not a number one Joker fan, but I'm a Joker fan. I'm a Dominique Wilkins fan. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I'm a Scottie Pippen fan. I'm a David Robinson fan. But what I'm trying to say, Joker is not more than what he is, guys. He's the greatest player in the 2020s. Right? I put this guy over LeBron James. I mean, what else do you want? I mean, a lot of people might say, oh, that don't mean nothing. Let me ask you something. Would Johnny Arnett put Joker over LeBron James? Probably not. That's probably not going to happen. Johnny Arnett still has LeBron James, I think, at like number 2. It's something ridiculous. Or I know he hasn't been in the top 5. So, if anybody else played basically zero center competition in their era, what would that be? When we're talking about zero center competition, we're talking about on both sides of the ball. No all-time great offensive center, no all-time great defensive center. Okay? And if you want to say, you can't say that, okay, let's say top 10. Top 5. Who are the top 5 centers in his era that he went against? And then, let's make it broad. Or broader, whatever. Top 10 centers that he don't win against in his era. Joker, in his era. In his prime. Don't tell me about no 14. Don't tell me about the 210s. That's not his prime. And we don't even want to talk about the 210s because nobody never even heard this guy. Nobody heard of him. Have you ever heard of a great center, all-time great center, that nobody heard of? So I think this guy came in like 14, 15, right? So you're trying to tell me that nobody, have you ever heard this guy? So could you imagine these guys coming into the league and you never heard of them basically until what, 2020 bubble? So 4 or 5 years, whatever. Imagine for 4 or 5 years you never heard of when they first came into the league. Wilt, Russell, Kareem, hello, Shaq, Hakeem. Do I need to keep going? David Robinson, Patrick Ewing. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So, are we really saying? Because this is what these guys would say. These are the basketball experts with 100,000 subs on their channel. So this is what they would be saying for a guy that they, don't like or they think is overrated. This is what they would be saying. That in essence, the league got weaker so they could get greater. A guy who was never heard of for 4 or 5 years, right? If I just told, if they were saying that, if they said, oh, we've never heard of this guy for 4 or 5 years, we didn't hear from him, coming into the league in college, his second year, his third year, his fourth year. So, the league had to get weaker. This is what Johnny Arnett would be saying. This is what Stat would be saying. The league got weaker. I just don't know. In my era, when I watched basketball, I'd never known any guy who was an all-time great 4 or 5 years later. I guess you can say Scottie Pippen, maybe. I don't know, man. But we're not saying Scottie Pippen is a top 5 player. We're not saying Scottie Pippen is a top 5 player. These are the people that saying Joker is a top 5 player. I've even heard guys say that this guy is great as Michael Jordan or better. I done heard it all with this Joker guy. The point is, these guys are going to have to let this play out, man. And they don't want to let it play out because they're trying to make every excuse on the front side and then come behind the Bulls after the game or after whatever happens. They want to come behind that and try to clean it up. These guys are two-faced. Especially Scat. This guy is two-faced. How many game-winning shots does his teammates have to hit for him? 2 game winners in the same damn playoffs by one of his teammates this year. Didn't Murray hit 2 last year in the same damn series? Next, when we talk about, I'm just saying, you guys think that I hate this guy or I don't like, we just got to tell some facts behind it, man. See, because these guys like to put perspective in everything else, but they don't put perspective into Joker. They call this the softest, weakest era of all time. Right? This is what Scat will even tell you. The numbers are inflated, and this is the weakest, softest era of all time. You can pull up so many of these videos that he has on other players that he done said this about. But now when it comes to Joker, it does not apply. If you take the 22 rebounds, how many of these rebounds is he going against in the paint when he's grabbing the defensive rebounds? We know that his teammates has led the team, or different teammates have led the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs, different playoff games, in offensive rebounds. So if this is the case, why do you think that, you had different guys from Gordon to Murray to Westbrook leading the team in certain games in offensive rebounds? Well, I'll tell you. Because it's easier just to be at the top of the key, throwing the ball to somebody, and he don't have to be down there battling for a rebound, the offensive rebound. So if he put up 10 to 12 assists, and he's a facilitator, then he's never going to be under the goal to get an offensive rebound. So he's not even battling any big man right then and there on that side of the court as far as for a rebound. Now, when we look at the defensive rebounds, what do you think? What do you think? when the ball goes up, 9 out of 10 times, the offensive team takes the hell off. They don't even try to battle for a rebound. There's 4 guys on the perimeter. And sometimes the guy in the middle, who will be the center, he's not even going to be there. Because if you're playing somebody like OKC, you're going to have Chet Holmgren out there shooting threes. Ain't going to be nobody in the middle. So Joker's numbers on the rebounds are inflated. They got lucky they won that game because OKC was choking free throws. But this is what I'm going to tell you. I done told you before. I said this a long time ago. In the West, 2 through 7, especially 2 through 6, there is nobody better, no team better than the other team. That's a fact. And we're already starting to see it. It was, I think they played a back-to-back game, right? It was OKC in Denver. OKC won one night, Denver won the next night. What's the big deal? OKC is not that better than Denver. Next, what the hell has OKC proved? They ain't proved nothing. They haven't proved nothing. And as we look right here about the playoffs in general as a whole, the whole damn NBA, the remaining teams have been fugazi. The NBA playoffs in general have been fugazi. You don't know who the hell is going to win. I mean, damn, I would like to see just Joker just play and see how the outcome is going to be. You got to make your name in the playoffs. I've even seen guys already making videos talking about, yeah, you know, Joker is a real MVP because he put up 40 and 22 and it's historic. Also, now you guys are translating the playoffs or putting the playoffs in a regular season. Why though? It's a regular season award. And now you're putting it in the playoffs. They did this last year with Embiid, which I don't believe Embiid should have won it. But I'm just saying, they start doing that again. Oh, MLB, Joel Embiid, he choked, he this and that, blah, 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 in the playoffs. And then we hear this stuff about, you know, Joker is his whole team's this and that. When he's off the floor, the offense suffers. When he's off the floor, the defense suffers. Which is hard to believe. But if the numbers are that, whatever. He plays no under the rim defense at all. They try to make his steals more than what they are because these guys can't dribble and they fumble the ball all over the damn place. Michael Jordan would average 6 steals a game in this era. I mean, you get a couple steals just off of guys fumbling the ball away. If you pay attention, you are. So I don't know, man. I'm not a Joker hater. I'm not against anybody trying to make a case for Joker. But golly, man, let the playoffs play out. I'm sick of his team hitting big shots for him. It just goes on and on with these big shots that Joker's teammates are hitting. SGA had a good game the other night. They just choked that away. And I was talking to somebody today. I'm like, I don't know if you want to do what a lot of these teams are doing. They're putting a lot in the 3 quarters, and they can't sustain it. You're going to try to have that kind of pace where you're trying to bury a good team for 4 quarters. I don't know if it's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, they just going to start running on you, and you're going to be tired. You're going to be giving up a lot of points. So to me, I don't know if you want to run up a 20-point lead. Or are you going to be able to keep that 20-point lead? I mean, you saw OKC come back from that lead against the Grizzlies. I mean, I don't know, man. And it's just the fact that, you know, they're pooping on SGA like this, and the man did everything right, and hey, he can't I can say he's got more competition on the perimeter than Joker has in the interior. We all know that. And guess what? SGA is a shooter. He's a shooter, all-around shooter. He's not getting all these putbacks, dunks, layups, doing all this block work and, paint work. This man's a shooter. So his points aren't going to be easier to get than Joker's. And like I said, Joker ain't going against no great center. I saw this fool. He put up some differential, some box metrics or something. He's talking about Chet Holmgren and what's this guy's name? Oh my goodness. Hartenstein were the best centers in the NBA this year. Based on some box metric numbers. Chet Holmgren averaged like 7-8 rebounds a game. Yes, he gave you 2 blocks. But give me a break, guys. Chet Holmgren didn't even play this year. So whatever stats he had when he went out, he just, maybe maintained them. He really didn't do nothing this year. He was hurt. And you're saying Hartenstein? And this is what we mean, guys. Where's the competition? Where's the competition? They talk about Will Chamberlain's competition. This ain't even close to anything Will had to go against. Not even close. They talking about, what guards was Michael Jordan going against? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Y'all got to stop. Michael Jordan went against some of the greatest defensive guards in history, shooting guards, and he went against some great offensive guards too, shooting guards. Now, it's hard to say, okay, you're going to have the greatest of all time in every era, every position. But you got to have something, man. You got to have some kind of all-time great competition. You just got to have it. I mean, do we throw in there AD? I don't know, man. So you would have 3 at the most, right? 2, right? AD, and then you would have Embiid. That's it. 2 guys who can't even stay on the floor. And I'm not trying to say that's Joker's fault. I'm not trying to say it's Joker's fault that he don't have any competition. I'm not trying to say that. But where's the competition? There's 0. Chet Holmgren is a damn 3-point shooter. Is a perimeter center. He's so tall, he could just put his hand up and get 2 blocks a game without playing any real defense. If Chet Holmgren was any kind of competition, because what is he, like 4 inches taller than Joker? Okay, body up with this guy and go at him. Go at him. Go at him. So what I'm trying to get at here, guys, Joker don't deserve the MVP. It's a team accomplishment about how good you were with your team. And SGA won that thing all around. And they try to play this game. Oh, man, what about when SGA gone, man? Well, that goes to SGA again because he made his teammates better. So even when he's not there, they can still do their thing. Even when he has a bad game, they still do their thing. Because he's not trying to control everything. He's not trying to control everything. His team isn't waiting for him to run the offense. His team ain't waiting for him to get all the rebounds. So everybody's working as a team. For Joker, they need Joker. Well, I won't say they need him, but what I'm trying to say is they're used to having him do everything on a high level because he wants all these stats. So when he leaves, they're confused. Who's going to do what he does? They don't want to do it. Now, what kind of offense do we run? We don't know. You don't need that with SGA. These dudes out there playing all season for their leader, for their captain. SGA. What do you want? You can't win it every year. Show me that it's more about winning championships. Show us, and this is the perfect round right here. Show us, because I guess you can't show Scap and them and Johnny Arnett. I guess they think something totally different. But show me that you want to do a Michael Jordan when Barkley took his MVP. When Karl Malone took his MVP. When LeBron James took Kobe's MVPs 9 and 10. And he won that what's the name? Steve Nash in the West. When Nash took his MVPs. So this is what I want to see. You're in the perfect place at the right time to show them who's the best. Who cares about MVP? Go get your championship and show them you should have been the MVP. That's what Michael Jordan did. That's what Kobe Bryant did. So what is Joker going to do? They look stupid because they want to do stupid stuff. Look what they want to do. People like Scap, right? He said that he should have got it last year, which is cool with me. I'm not going to argue that. Remember, if you pull up videos, I was arguing for Joker that he should have won the MVP last year. But at the same time, these dummies was trying to put Joker right behind Michael Jordan, say he was the greatest offensive player ever, say he was at least was a top 5 player. And I was like, well, wait, hold on. Well, the year he won the championship. And I said, well, wait. And then I had to go to all the great centers. I think that was his year 7 or 8 when he won that championship. Say 8, right? So I had to pull out, the numbers, the real numbers, the achievements, not the stats. I had to go back and look at Kareem. I had to go back and look at Hakeem. I had to go back and look at Bill Russell. I had to go back and look at Will. I had to go back and look at Tim Duncan. And these guys like that. And go over an 8-year stretch of what they did in 8 years. And Joker was nowhere in a ballpark. Besides MVPs. That's it. He wasn't touching them on championships. All-star appearances, first team, All-NBA defensive team, finals MVPs, rebound titles, scoring titles, blocks titles. Joker was nowhere on these guys' level. But ESPN and people like Scap want to talk about some damn stats. And he still ain't even up there per game stats with all these other guys. And that's what he's trying to do. Because his averages is like, for his career now is like 20. I think they might be like double-digit rebounds, of course. And maybe like 6, 7 assists. I would have to go look at it. But he's under a block for his career. So, he's trying to get these stats up to a great career stat line. Because a lot of these guys, he don't even measure up as far as the career stat line is concerned, because he started out so late as far as putting up all-time great stats, where all these other guys, when we look at the Wilt Chamberlains and the Michael Jordans and I'm talking about all-time great, they started out putting up crazy numbers in a first 5 seasons. Joker didn't do that. Joker nowhere to be found, guys. Which means these other guys, whether all-time greats in the top 10 or all-time great, top 5 to top 8 centers of all time, they didn't have to wait 4 or 5 years to put up great stats. They was doing it already. And they was doing it against, all-time great competition. I mean, let's just say this, right? Joker won the MVP last year. He won the MVP. He didn't win the championship last year. He didn't go to the finals last year. This year, he wins the MVP again. And let's say he don't even make it to the finals or he loses in the finals. That would be 5 MVPs with 1 championship, where they played like a play-in Heat team or a number 8 Heat team, something like that. And I don't even know about the 50-win teams, because I said let's say if they lost in this year playoffs, so they obviously would have to beat more 50-win teams. But let's just say if he wanted, anyways, he won 5 MVPs, and again, he didn't even make it to the finals again this year. So that means he would only beat. That means what? He beat 151 team, and he's got 5 MVPs. Five MVPs, 1 championship. No center competition. And again, none of this is his fault. He hasn't did nothing wrong. But we still have to put things in perspective, like we put other things into perspective with other players. But nobody wants, nobody wants to hear that. They call it hate because they say, oh man, you talk about Joker. We never said he was a bad guy. We never said that his game is fraudulent. We never said that he didn't deserve none of his MVPs that he's got so far. Nothing like that. Joker, personally, no hate. Joker, his game, no hate. Joker doing everything right, no hate. But again, everybody else, when it comes to everybody else, everything has to be put in context and in perspective, but not this guy. Because with him, a lot of things you can just, it's a lot of stuff on the menu with this guy. Again, not as a player and not as a person. Not his game, but everything just surrounded him. This is only year 10, guys. I mean, how many clutch shots in game winners do his teammates have to hit for him to win games? I'm just saying, this is, how long do we got to go with this? How many 40 and 50-point games does his teammates have to have if he's this top 5 player in his prime? How many? And we've been told that, like, if his teammates, one of them don't score 20, the other one don't score 25, the other one don't score 18, the other, because Scott was going through his teammates the other day, and they all have to play great, or he's going to piss on them. Even if they play great, oh, that's a rare sighting. That's rare of him. That usually doesn't happen. That's a LeBron James quote. That's what LeBron James fans say, stuff like that. I'm just saying, man, he pisses all over his teammates. And again, they have to each score like damn near 20 points or they're not ish. The other 4 guys have to have flawless games. So basically what we have is a guy who's the all-time great, who's going to put up all these stats all game, and his guys got to close. His guys got to close. Or, we don't see this in the playoffs, where I wouldn't say bad games, but he just doesn't put up a lot of shots. We don't seen that. Oh, Joker only put up 13. And they still won. Or Joker only put up like 13, 14 shots, and they lost. But it was everybody else's fault, because with the 13, 14 shots, he was efficient, and he had a 22-point triple-double. So this lands on his teammates. So as long as he gets his stats, a 20-point triple-double on a loss, it's not on him. But like I said, man, to me, it's turning, this whole thing is turning kind of racial. It's turning racial to me. That's what I see. I see after one game that they're trying to make one game, and we've seen this in the last series with the Clippers, in one game, they'll try to make it seem like they done played 4 games. Like, oh, this is the way the series has been. It's been 1 game. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We were told after OKC destroyed, by Scap, OKC destroyed Memphis, who were on damn crutches. We were told that OKC is the greatest playoff team of all time by Scap. So the greatest playoff team of all time that beat a number 8 seed in most of the games, your best player wasn't even there. A play-in team. Huh. This is where we are, folks. This is you can't make this up, man. These guys will act like they know everything about basketball. 1 minute, the next minute, you're like, what the hell are these guys talking about? I mean, Scap after dark is turning real dark. Now, he just stays up until these games are over. So when they're over, he could just tell lies. At least when it comes to, Denver, just tell lies. Because people will make videos the next day telling the truth. So he's just in it to tell lies. So yeah, it ain't no surprise these guys paired up, Johnny Arnett and, Scap. Let me know. I'm not going to watch the video, man. I'm just not going to do it. Because they were talking about, I think they were talking about the real MVP. And it's just so disrespectful, man, that this thing has become so racial. Michael Jordan was robbed of an MVP 89, 90, 93, 98. But you go out there and you play. And hopefully you can meet the people or meet the guy who was giving your MVP or end. You make it to the finals and win it and show that you're the real MVP while whooping the MVP's butt on the way to winning your championship. And this is what we got here. But it's Scap. It's Scap. I get these guys mixed up all the time. But if Joker wins, they'll say, see, we told you. He's the real MVP. If he loses, see, we told you all the help that he has, SGA, to be the MVP. Or if he beats SGA but loses to somebody else, look at all the help, I don't know, somebody has, the Timberwolves. But if he goes all the way to the finals and plays a team like, no disrespect, like the Pacers and beat them, they'll still say, oh man, I told you he was the MVP. I mean, this is getting out of control. It won't surprise me, man. Won't that be something if he was to beat the Pacers? Evan Turner? Oh boy, they'll be. No, they were the second best, centers in the league. Did I say Evan Turner? The Scap will be like, yeah, Miles Turner and Siakam, 2 great centers. He dogged them out. Last time I checked, they played on the damn 3-point line, both of them. But that's what they would be saying. What are these all-time centers that he's playing? I'm just saying, man, if none of this stuff was never brought up, nobody would never even care. We'd just be like, yeah, root for Joker and stuff like that. But again, when they start trying to bunny hop him over people who did more, it doesn't make any sense. And they play better competition in those eras. And they play with rules where you couldn't even travel and carry. And they play positional basketball. And everybody went on the perimeter so you could just score at will. But like I always say, look, okay, if this is this era, that's fine. Whatever goes on in the 2020s is its own era. That's cool with me. There's no reason to degrade it, poop on it, say anything bad against it. For what? But this came about from the Nick Wrights, the Shannon Sharps, the Callan Cowherds, which this guy really changed his tune. It's crazy. If you go back and really look at this guy like about 8 years ago, 9 years ago, he was pooping on LeBron James and stuff like that. But These type of guys. Start pooping on past eras. And to me, now the only thing that counts is stats and MVPs, not championships. I don't know if it's because of LeBron James, probably. But if that's the only thing that matters in your era, the 2020s, that's fine. But you damn sure ain't about to bunny hop nobody in my top 10 or top 5, because these guys have crazy statistical titles. First team, all NBA first teams, all NBA defensive teams, rebound titles, steals titles, block titles, championships, MVPs, finals MVPs. And they played against great competition, all-time great competition, whether they were offensive great competition or defensive competition. That's what the guys in my top 10, especially my top 5, played against. Now, all those things that I said about Joker, all those things I just said now, does not apply to Joker. Championships, MVPs, finals MVPs, defensive teams, all NBA offensive teams, steals titles, assist titles, blocks titles, rebound titles, scoring titles, steals titles, played against all-time great teams, championships, plural. The guy is still playing, man. He's only 10. I won't say only, but I guess you could say in this era. Hell, he might play longer than LeBron James. At least LeBron James played in a more physical league in the 2000s. More physical era. So he might play 25 years. So we don't know, man. This guy might have 6 MVPs. Even if he don't win it this year, he still might have 6 MVPs. And he might have like five championships. 5 finals MVPs. More triple double, whatever. But because he don't already, these guys are reaching, man. These guys are reaching. Talking about the real MVP because he beat OKC, that's a regular season award. He didn't come in there and destroy OKC. OKC choked that game down. They were getting beat because stats mean nothing. Michael Jordan put up a whole bunch of damn stats and then lost in a lot of playoff series. And he was playing against great defense and great competition. Again, we're trying to overhype this OKC team. When I showed you, I think they're number 7 all time as far as best record in the NBA. Number 7. And just because of a differential in offense and defense, they're supposedly the greatest team of all time, but they got the 7th best record of all time. They're behind some of the greatest teams of all time as far as all-time record. Behind 2 of the Bulls teams in the 90s. Behind some Lakers teams, some Celtics teams, 1966, I want to say Sixers team. And a couple other teams. I can't remember. I think the 99, 2000 Lakers. I think the 87, 88 Lakers. And then even the guys that, they're not behind a couple teams like that in like 8, 9, 10, you wouldn't even put them on those guys' level. You wouldn't even put Denver on those guys' level. Yeah, of course they're behind the 16 Warriors. The Warriors are number 1. It's just like this thing is out of hand, man. Everybody's all about views, about money, trying to make shit more than what it is. It's like, man, let these games play out, man. Let this guy's career and his legacy play it out. He's not the first one to get cheated out of 2 MVPs. He's not. Kobe got cheated out of a lot of MVPs. Michael Jordan did. Hell, maybe Isaiah Thomas did. Of course, Will Chamberlain, I think got cheated out of most MVPs. When it came down to the MVP, they say stats don't matter. That's what they told Will. That the stats don't matter. We ain't looking at stats. That's what they told Will. So now you're supposed to tell Joker something else, right? For MVP. Now stats do matter. But for Wilt, for at least 3 MVPs, they told him his stats don't matter. And he put up some of probably the greatest stats of all time, while winning the statistical titles, while playing against all-time great defense and some great offensive teams. In basically the same pace era where they're playing positional basketball. Imagine that. Imagine Joker playing in that era with all-time great offensive players, defensive players, playing at the same pace of today, basically, while playing a positional game. And going against all great centers at his position. And a lot of great players in general at different positions. It wouldn't bother me if the Denver Nuggets won a championship. That ain't, I would be happy. I don't care. As long as LeBron James ain't winning it. Because he done destroyed the 2020s for these guys. It's sad that these guys aren't getting their just due and getting promoted like they should be. But at the same time, man, we can't like overhype things for what they're not. I don't want these guys saying they're basketball scholars, basketball historians, and then at the same time they're saying stupid stuff. Uncut hoops. Johnny Arnett, especially Scap. These guys are supposed to be like historians of basketball, and now they want to say stupid stuff. Stats don't make you an MVP. Stats make you a great player, an all-time great player, but it's about the most valuable player to your team. And just because you use some stupid context to me, say, oh, well, his team ain't no good offensively and defensively when he ain't there, so he's the MVP, right? No, not if you're playing all the damn positions. Not if you're averaging a triple-double. Of course you're going to do the numbers. If he's off, they don't know how to facilitate. If you're off, they're not used to rebounding or getting the majority of the rebounds, whatever. If you're off, they're confused. They don't know what to do as far as running the offense. You're always running the offense. Now, I just heard Uncut try to say defensively in the regular season, in the playoffs, they've been a liability, his teammates, when he's off the court. But from what I knew, they did better when he was off the court defensively in the regular season. But how do you use that for an MVP race? After one game, they played OKC. They barely won. OKC choked that up. And now he should have been an MVP after one game where they choked it up. Ain't like they came in there and started dominating and they were in control of the game. OKC choked that up. Now, so imagine if Denver was in control of that whole game, right? And Joker put up that same triple-double. And Denver choked that game up at the end. What would they be saying? They'll be looking around for Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Porter Jr. They'll be looking for any teammate they can to blame that on. So again, good win, but it was because OKC choked that game up. The Cavs choked that game up. Boston choked that game up. Let's stop, guys. And like I said, is it good when you're playing against another good team to put your foot to the metal, pedal to the metal, whatever you want to say, and just go hard for 3 quarters, and then you ain't got no energy left? And then the other team says, push that thing in fucking 6th gear and just pulls off on you. And you can't do nothing. You're tired. You're lifeless. You don't have no more energy. So I'm going to get off of here, man. I hope Joker wins the championship. I hope he wins 3 more MVPs. Whatever he can do, man. We're not against him. But he was not the damn MVP this year. I was halfway through the season, and I said, well, look at OKC, man. They're really putting it down for SGA. They're really putting it down for him, and they're playing for him. Because it's a team, like a team award, right? They're out there showing up and showing out for SGA. They have respect for him. That's their leader. That's their teammate. And guess what? It ain't like he was getting carried. He went out there and put up all-time great stats for his position. And as a player. And was playing defense. So I don't know what these... And took the best record in the whole damn NBA, was destroying teams. So you supposed to give it to Joker after what SGA did? As a player, as a all-time team. He just told us, he said that, okay, this is where you put your foot in your mouth, right? Scat says that this OKC team was the greatest team of all time in the regular season. Differential-wise. How's that foot taste? How's that foot taste? Do you know any all-time great player who ain't going to win the MVP when his team does something like that? But what Scat will tell you, it was not SGA. It was because SGA had this all-time great help. Show me one Hall of Famer on that team, guys. Besides SGA. He can't. A one-time All-Star. That's all Scat can give you. Pretty painful, right? Imagine. They put up the same differential offensively and defensively Denver does, and Joker don't get the MVP. That would be the biggest crime in sports history. That's what Scat would be saying. But because SGA, to him, is on an all-time great team, and he's saying the greatest regular season of all time, SGA doesn't deserve it. He don't deserve the MVP. Now, if it was this where you would win. If it was a super team, and if he did maybe had all these Hall of Famers on his team, maybe you could have an argument. If it was a team like the 80s Celtics, 80s Lakers, with all these All-Stars and Hall of Famers and great defensive players, yeah, you could say that. See, what Scap is trying to do, and Johnny Arnett probably ain't too far away, they're trying to build up a Joker cult. So whatever happens, they're going to blame and blame and blame. Sound like a LeBron James cult. Whatever happens, blame. But what's different about this, it's way different. But I'm just saying, as far as, his teammates and stuff like that. Joker ain't going out there picking his teammates. LeBron James was. But you want to know the difference is? You know why Joker isn't picking his teammates? Because these are the guys that Joker wants to play with. See, this is what Scat won't tell you. We kind of found out, like, indirectly that Joker fired his head coach. But he won't tell you, Scat won't tell you, that these are the guys that Joker wants to play with. And that's fine with me, like I said. He let these guys sign these contracts, the same contracts that Scat will poop all over and say it's a crime and why the management let him do it, let him sign these contracts, they're trash players and all this stuff. This is what you got to ask Joker. Why did Joker let him sign these contracts? Because Joker had say so in it. No, you can't sign this guy to this. I need this all-star player. I need this Hall of Fame caliber player. Stuff like that. Joker loves these guys. These are his brothers. He's going down with the ship with these guys. And Scap is trying to play this shit off. These are the guys he get along with. These are the guys that's going to let him get his stats. Imagine Greek Freak coming to this team, the rebounds he would need, the scoring he would need. He would, a lot of times Greek Freak facilitates. That'll be gone. I'm not gonna say it wouldn't work. I'm just saying the stats wouldn't be the same, homie. But with these guys that he's got now, he can get the stats. So you guys let me know, man. I'm sick of talking about this, but you guys got guys out here like the guys I mentioned. They're lying. They're making videos and they're lying after one game with OKC. They're lying after the second round of the playoffs. They was lying after the first round of the playoffs. Well, as the first round started, it's like, come on, man, let this play out. The MVP is over. Whatever happens now in the playoffs, it has nothing to do with the MVP. Even when I keep saying his name wrong, Embiid pulled that ish in the playoffs last year, it had nothing to do with the regular season, folks. Stop it. Now, again, as a player, if you felt like you should have got the regular season MVP, this is where you could take it personal. Like guys did in the past. And not only went against the guy who won the MVP, but they won a championship against them. Sometimes, if it was possible. That's what you need to be. That's even better. But again, these guys will say that they don't have any help. This is why they can't win it. It's crazy. I'm about to lose my mind. And like Sports and Fitness Friend says, these guys ain't going against no all-time great teams. Let alone no all-time great players at his position. No center competition. I'm about to lose it, man. And we're talking about Joker fans. It's not Joker. Let this guy be placed where he got to be placed by his career and what he does. More than MVPs, more than stats. Damn, do I got to make another video about all-time great centers? And what the accolades that they won? They have more than stats and MVPs. I mean, his fans are ridiculous, man. This guy might have about 10 more years to go. Let's see what he does, man. And then we have to judge that too. I mean, good. I mean, we put everybody else under the microscope, and this guy has to go too. Everybody was under the microscope as far as where they're placed in history. They're not placed somewhere because of stats. I can tell you that. Never have, never will be.